Hey guys, welcome back to Blaze Talk, and today we're going to be talking about the recent announcement of Arnold Allen versus Calvin Kattar, scheduled for October 29th. It will be a UFC fight night in the Apex main event. But yeah, just looking at both opponents, Arnold Allen is an amazing technical striker and his grappling is ever improving. He's currently on a 9-fight win streak in the UFC, undefeated in the UFC. Had an incredible win over Dan Hooker in March on the London card this year, and knocked him out in the first round. It was absolutely incredible the way Arnold Allen wasted no time. He went at Dan Hooker straight away. Hail for leather, just landing big bombs on Dan, got a head kick in there, elbows, you name it. He just threw everything at him and absolutely destroyed Dan Hooker, who is a very credible name in the lightweight division and has had some good wins in the featherweight division. But yeah, just a beautiful performance last time around. Previous to that, he had a great win over Sadiq Youssef when Sadiq was coming on into that fight with a 5-fight win streak, and he was also said to be one of the next best prospects in the featherweight division. And the way Arnold was able just to dominate him in the striking, in the grappling, I believe he knocked him down a few times. So yeah, Arnold Allen is a very great fighter in the featherweight division, and I don't think he gets the true respect he deserves just because he's not necessarily a big talker. He's not necessarily got the most charming, charismatic personality in the UFC, but he is very well spoken. He's extremely likable. He's very humble, very respectful, a pretty quiet guy in the featherweight division, but as I say, his fighting speaks for itself, because every time he fights he puts on absolute masterclasses, dominant decisions, finishes. He's got it all. He's ever improving. He's a young guy. This is a massive fight for Arnold Allen. It's going to put him in a great position. I believe he's currently number 6. Calvin Kattar's number 5. So if he can beat Calvin, it puts him in the top 5. It gets him in there with the likes of Brian Ortega, Rodriguez, pushes him towards a title shot. And I believe, my opinion, if he is to beat Calvin, which I believe he will, I think he definitely deserves the title shot. If you look at everyone else in the featherweight division right now, there is no clear-cut number 1 contender, hence why Volkanovski wants to move up. But I think Arnold Allen is flying under the radar a little bit. I think he needs to get that respect. He needs this big win, as I say, just to propel him, get Volkanovski's attention. If he can go out there and finish Calvin Kattar, this will be a massive statement for him. And Calvin's never been finished in his MMA career. He's never been knocked out in his MMA career. So if Arnold Allen can come in, be the first guy to knock Calvin out, it puts him in an incredible position. I can definitely see this being a stand-up fight. I think Arnold's the superior striker. I think he's an all-round better, with his kicks and his elbows and just putting stuff together. That being said, I do think Calvin's also one of the best boxers in the UFC. He's got a great stance, he's got great defense, he's got a high pace, he's also got good grappling himself. So I think this will be a competitive fight. I think it's going to be the toughest fight of Arnold Allen's career. Calvin's been in there with some of the best. He's been in there with Max Holloway, he's been in there with Zabit Magomed Sharipov, and even won rounds. He's also been in there with Shane Burgos, who's looked very good in his last couple of fights. So yeah, this is a big fight for both men. Calvin needs this win over Arnold. He needs to get a big win over an undefeated guy in the UFC. If he can steal all the hype of Arnold Allen, then as I say, it definitely puts him back in title contention for himself. If he's able to dominate Arnold, if he's able to finish him, as I say, likewise to Arnold, puts him in a very good spot. But as I say, stylistically, this is a fun match. I'll be interested to see how the grappling aspect of this fight goes. If both men, or either men, want to take each other to the ground, how that looks, because we've seen Calvin get takedowns, we've seen his wrestling, but he's never really, in my opinion, faced anyone who can sort of challenge him in that aspect, someone that's really stood up to him or made it competitive on the ground. He's tried to take down Max Holloway, and that didn't end too well for him. He's a great fighter, and in my opinion, for Arnold to win this fight, I think he needs to do exactly what he did to Dan Hooker. obviously a bit more tactical. I'm not saying he needs to swarm out there and blitz Calvin, but if he can just keep up that kind of pace and pressure and just make it a very technical sort of chess match, keep Calvin on his back foot, because there is one thing that Calvin is very good at doing. He's very good at imposing his will on his opponent. He's very good at walking them down. He's good at, you know, making them think. He's a very powerful puncher. He's got deadly strikes. So yeah, this is definitely, as I say, a tough fight for Arnold. But if he fights the right fight, he puts the pace on Calvin. He gets him thinking. He imposes his will. You land some big bombs on him. You know, Calvin's taken a lot of damage in his last 3 fights. You know, these are wars that you can't keep on having in your career if you want a long career. If you want career longevity, you can't keep on having these big stand-up brawls. Yes, they're incredible fights to watch for the fans, but as I say, it's not good for your chin. I think Arnold Allen's going to capitalise on that. Arnold Allen's going to pick a shot and he's going to get the finish on Calvin. Now I know I may sound biased because Arnold's from the UK, I am from the UK, but this is Arnold's time to shine. This is his chance to get out Volkanovski, bring him back down to the featherweight division, which I believe he will do. But yeah, such a fun fight, should be a great stand-up fight. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the fight in the comment section below. Stay blazed, look out for more UFC content coming soon. Peace.